guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm 20 years old, and if you're in the mood for 2 to 3 beauty video or beauty related videos, then this is where I welcome to you. Welcome to a chit chat get ready with me. It's been a long time I haven't done like a solid chit chat get ready with me. I've done a bunch of tutorials and all that, but you know, we're gonna try something a little different today. I'm gonna be doing the makeup that I will be doing if ever I get married. So this is a bridal makeup tutorial. I was like, so you know, looking what I could do as videos, and I thought like, why not do like a bridal makeup look? I just gotta fix my lighting and I'll be right back. Okay, I made the lighting just a little bit better, so yeah. So let's just think that I'm on my wedding day. What do I start with? I will start, of course, by doing skincare. So I'm just gonna do my moisturizer. I'm gonna put some face cream. Some eye cream. I washed my face and I did all that stuff before filming. So I'm gonna put my eye cream. I'm gonna put my moisturizer first. The moisturizer that I'm gonna be using is the Farmacy Daily Green oil-free moisturizer. You can use any kind of moisturizer you want because it's your wedding day. It's not mine. I'm gonna take like a big chunk, and I'm just gonna massage my hands. I wash my hands beforehand. Always wash your hands before you apply your moisturizer or do any type of skincare. So what I'm gonna do now is this. This is my makeup eraser sponge, and I'm just gonna like press in my moisturizer because you do want to be moisturized all day. And of course, if you're celebrating your wedding in the summer, please put on SPF. I put SPF that's in my morning moisturizer anyways. So yeah, or you can just put like a regular SPF. Anything will work. So okay. Now I'm gonna put on my eye cream. I'm gonna be using the Dr. Brand DNA, which is Do Not Age Triple Peptide Eye Cream. The thing that was 106 Canadian dollars, but you know, I'm gonna use it up. I also love my pharmacy one, and I'm almost out of my pharmacy cherry one, but that one I use it in the morning. The other one I use it at night. You can use it whenever you want anyways. I'm taking this sponge again, and I'm really gonna press in. I've been looking for my sponge everywhere in the last couple of weeks. I could not find it anywhere. Now that my skin is nice and moisturized, I'm going to put on my primer. Then we're going to go do our face. So we're going to be able to let the primer, I'm not going to mix in the primer today with my foundation. I just want to put the primer alone. So I'm going to be using the Elemis Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. This has no SPF, which is okay. So I'm just going to put some in my palm of my hand, massage it, because you always have to warm up products so they'll warm up to your skin. And this is gonna add like a layer of glow to our skin just to make sure that we're nice and glowing like a disco ball. And I'm gonna take my sponge, of course, and press it in. This video is gonna be so long. I have such a feeling, but I'm just giving you guys some tips and tricks that I will be using on my wedding day. This exactly makeup will not be the one I'm gonna be doing, but you know, I was just thinking of doing this. So if I do end up still doing YouTube by the time I get married, well, of course I will film it. Okay, because you know, gotta film for the tube. So now I'm just using a makeup towel, you know. Now we're going to do our eyes. I'm going to prime my eyes with using my Joseph Colors concealer. I will also recommend you using an eyeshadow primer, so I maybe just should do that. But, you know, I'll just use my concealer. Concealer also works great as an eye base only if you do set it right away, or you do sell it, set it. Always set your concealer when you use it as primer, or because you're gonna be like taking photographs later and all that, and you just gotta make sure your makeup looks flawless to the time that you are taking photos. So always use a mirror when you're doing your makeup, because at least you can look and see if you're making any mistakes. I'm just blending that in with my concealer brush. Well, I use it as a powder brush too, but And once again, I'm going to be taking my sponge. I'm going to be using my sponge a ton today, just because to press all the products nicely into our skin, just to make sure that we do not look like a greasy mess or like a hot mess. That's what I could say. So I have to set my under eyes. Not my under eyes. I gotta set my concealer down on my eyes so we don't have a creasy mess, because we don't want a creasy mess on our wedding. Our wedding day is already so stressing as it is. Get everything prepared, have everything kept in place. I will have, of course, my daughter at my wedding. That's what I want. And if ever any of my friends have kids, well, they can bring their kids as well. But the one thing I do not want on my wedding is I don't want anybody to wear white besides me. That's the only, people I see it on TikTok mostly, what kind of rules do they want on their wedding day. I only have one. Just don't wear white. Don't ruin my day. So I'm going to start by we're going to do my brows next, and then we're going to go do our eyes. I'm taking Gimme Brow in the shade 3. Before my wedding, of course, I'm going to be trying to, take care of my brows. I will probably have to get them tinted, which I've been thinking of doing for quite some time, to get my eyebrows tinted. Get them groomed, get them tinted. I'm gonna get a nice I'm gonna get a nice fake tan for my wedding, and as well as all my bridesmaids. No, they don't need to, but if they want, they can get man. Okay, I got my eyebrows in place. I don't need this because this is eyebrow gel. So the look I want to do on my wedding day, I want to be like a really nice bronzy eye look. So I'm just gonna go on Google. I'm gonna show you guys. That's how I saw my makeup look, as I was just looking on Google and thinking, okay, how do I looked at 5 years ago and see what kind of makeup look that I want. Wait a minute, I just don't know why it doesn't want to show up. Wedding makeup look. There's just so many that pops out. So you can generally have any style for your liking. Just I like something a little bit more like bronze chocolate colors, but I can't find it, so we're just gonna wing it. So I'm gonna start by putting just a light brown into my crease. I'm gonna be using a bunch of palettes to just be able to get the exact look that I want. I'm gonna be using my Ciate palette, this one and probably some other ones that I find. So I'm just gonna start by taking this brown and put it lightly in my crease with a flimsy. You want to have the flimsiest brush that you have, the one that will not put too much product, but at the same time will put just a little amount of product. So I'm taking this little tiny Luxie 237 blending brush, and that color that I I always recommend doing your eye makeup before your face. So I'm taking it and putting it right here, the corner of my crease. I'm going to put it lightly and start putting it right here. And I'm taking it again, and I'm going to start dragging it a little bit down onto the half of my crease, like that right here. We're going to try and do exactly the same thing on the other side. Like that. So we have the outer part. We can have the outer part of our center lid completely clear. I'm taking the lightest shade in the palette and putting it on my brow bone. I really want a bright brow bone, just to be able to accentuate all the rest of the features. So as an all lid shade, I was thinking of just putting this one. So I'm gonna put this one, and we're probably gonna use this palette, because this palette's like really cute, really pretty for bridal makeup. So I'm gonna take a flat shader brush. I gotta find a flat shader brush that's not filthy, or just not anything that I do not want. So I'm just gonna take this one. This is from Glamier, I think. This is from Glamier. It's part of like their Valentine's Day collection. I'm going to take this one. I do not need to wet these eyeshadows. If you want to wet them, you can wet them, and they're going to... So I'm just going to take that and... start packing it on. This one's starting to crumble. And start to pack that on. The inner part of, so we can leave the outer part with just those matte shades. I'm just continuing to blend. Look at that. Look at that. I love this eye look, guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take another crease brush. And I'm going to go get a color that's a little bit darker. A little bit darker brown. So I'm going to take this color from my Esmeralda palette. And just going to, like, you know, we're going to do it exactly the same way. No, I can't use that brush. That brush is too big. Where's my little Luxie one? It's like a flimsy brush. Where did I put it? Did I put you somewhere on the floor? No, I didn't. Okay, where are you, Luxie? If you guys hear noise behind me, it's just I'm just going to use this one. This is from Morphe. It's the exact same thing, so I'm going to take that brown. And I'm going to darken. I'm going to darken the inner corner part. It's like it's going from light to dark. And I'm just bringing it into... So we have nothing... This part of the eye is completely bare, so that's really great. Now I'm going to take this shade right here and put it into my inner corner. That's from the Esmeralda palette. And I'm just going to take the white shade, just a plain white, and just put it over it. Just to make it a little bit more icy. Okay, so whew, there's just dust flying everywhere. So now I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I did on my lid, but on my lower lash line. Take this first shade, start putting it on the corner of my lower lash line like that. Do exactly the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to take the gold and I'm going to put it on my lower lash line. You guys can put shimmers on your lower lash line. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to take back the Esmeralda palette. I'm going to put that shade exactly where we put it on the lower lash line. Just so everything connects. Like one happy marriage. So this is the eye look. I'm really surprised at how good it turned out. A little close up. You know what? It's missing glitter. Just a little bit. So I'm going to take back that color and I'm going to put it with my finger. Just missing some sparkle. See? Just a little bit more sparkle. Okay. So I'm going to put on my mascara next. I'm going to be using these two mascaras, the Trestique and the Rimmel, just because I want to get like most volume. So I'm going to start with the Rimmel. This is the Rimmel, I don't know what the name is. So sorry, I'm just using my mirror because I am terrible. I'm putting on mascara without a mirror. If you guys hear noise in the background, it's just my boyfriend's security camera. We have a security camera outside. Just because, you know, there has been a couple of times when people would start like ringing at the doorbell at like 2 o'clock in the morning. For no reason. Ugh. Okay, I put on my top lashes. It hasn't done much volume, so I am gonna be using the Trestique one. On my actual wedding day, I will be wearing false lashes. I'm gonna go to somebody and somebody will put on my false lashes. Or I'll just have extensions done because you're gonna cry on your wedding day. Why cry to make all your mascara come off? Or why decide to start crying and then your lash glue or something, you know, happen? And okay, there we go. So now I'm just gonna apply it on my lower lash line. On your lower lash line for your wedding, I would suggest you to get a waterproof mascara, just because you won't get any, you know, mascara everywhere. And I still haven't learned how to use this yet. I'm terrible. So this is what it looks like. I have hardly any fallout at all. My skin is nice and moisturized. For my wedding day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on concealer before my foundation. And when I get married, I'm going to be trying to do my makeup using only drugstore makeup. I'm just going to, I'm going to take my sponge to do my concealer. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to get married. I don't know why. It's like every little girl's dream is to get married one day to their Prince Charming and all that. For foundation, I'm going to be using my NYX. This is my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. This is not really the foundation I am thinking of wearing on my wedding. On my wedding, I'm thinking of wearing Maybelline, my Maybelline Fit Me, which has to be my #1 favorite foundation of all time. I love the Maybelline Fit Me. This one is really good, and I've done a first impression on it. You guys can just go check it out on my channel. I got a recommendation from one of my friends to try it. So if you're watching, hi, how are you? Hope you're taking care of yourself and hope your family is okay, as well as every single one of you. I hope that your families are okay. I hope that you guys are staying safe, you know, watching the guidelines and listening to all the rules, because the only way to stop the pandemic is if everybody pitches in. It doesn't take much for the virus to spread, especially with the new the new kind. Like, I don't know how to say it in French, but in English, but in French it's like the nouvelle souche, which is like the new variants. I haven't watched the news in English for such a long time, so I don't really know how to say it. But you know, just take care of yourself, guys. Take care of your families, and yeah, you can get through this. It's just everybody has to pitch in and don't do parties. It's not time to party. Once we all finish this battle, then we'll be able to party. But it's not for now. That's all I can say. It's not for now, guys. Don't worry. Me too. I don't like the pandemic. I'm like, you know, trying to be all, you know, all nice and all positive. Where's my sponge? Where's my sponge? Can't find it now. And what happened to my sponge? Let me just give me 2 seconds. Guys, I cannot find my sponge anywhere. I guess I just lost it again. So I put on my foundation and all that. Don't mind, it does not match, but you know, once I get, you know, when it'll be my wedding day, I will of course 100% have a fake tan, just to, you know, limit this kind of situation. I'm just gonna use like a random brush with powder just to set my whole entire face. So on my wedding, I'm not going to be wearing cream products. I'm going to stick to powders. Even though creams look more romantic, and maybe I will put on creams. Just not now. I don't have time to put creams. It's like almost 4 o'clock. I'm filming this on Thursday. Almost 4 o'clock. My boyfriend is shoveling outside. My face is nice and matte now, as it's supposed to be. I like a doobie look. Don't get me. Don't lie. Don't lie. I don't lie. I love it. Next, I need to apply some bronzer, blush, and a highlighter. I'm going to be using my iconic London Blaze Chaser palette, which it's so good because you have so many, well, you have like, you know, you have 6 colors, but you have 2 different colors for each thing. So I'm going to be using this bronzer, you guys know. So now we're going to be using to contour. To contour, I use my Bronze in Paradise palette from Ace Beauty. What I like to do is I like to put some on my temples, cheek, and jaw. This is bronzer, of course, yeah. Contour, I do it exactly the same thing, just to make it, you know. So one thing I can take for you is for your wedding, always have like a blotting powder with you on all time, because you never know when you're going to start sweating. And of course, if you want, like me, I want a summer wedding. I want to be able to get married maybe in July or August, which is like the hottest months of the year. But you know, at least I can put on like a summery dress or something afterwards. So I applied le bronzer. Now I'm just going to go quickly to contour before I do the rest. I'm going to be taking the same brush that I use for powder. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this contour powder. And just lightly. It's a bronzer palette, but you can totally use these as eyeshadows, because there are 4 colors, not all 4 colors. I only use this one and this one. This one's starting to have like a dent. I love this palette. I love the mirror. I love the whole palette. So, okay, now for blush. For blush, I'm just gonna use the same brush because the brush is, you know, it's good for anything. Take this blush. This one I use it as eyeshadow. So I'm just taking that nice pink blush. I just like to apply just a little bit of something on blush. And now I'm going to just be taking a clean brush and just blend everything nice and correctly. Next up is we're going to do highlighter. So I'm going to just taking my fan brush, which this shade right here, which is the shade that oops, I just dipped it in the wrong one. It's okay, we'll have a mixture of highlights on. Look at that glow. And now what I like to do is I like to put some just above my brow. I'm just going to take some on my finger. Put some on my cupid's bow. Just going to take a little bit and just put it right on the center. I feel like people like get so weird when people do like nose highlighted, but nose highlight is so cute. So this is my look. All I gotta do is do my lips, and this video is almost 30 minutes long. I really need to cut down my videos, guys. What am I even doing? I got no lipsticks in here. I got no lipsticks in here. So if you guessed it, I will be doing a nude lipstick. So I'm just going to use my Essence liquid lipstick in the shade. I think it's called, I don't know what it's called. Something. But of course I will be using a lip liner on my actual wedding. So this is my final look. I just gotta do one last thing. I'm gonna take down my hair and I'm gonna brush my hair. I'm using my wet brush. I do not use any out product in my hair. I am not the kind of girl who likes to use much product in my hair. So just conditioner and shampoo is basically what I like to use. On my wedding, I will have, I think I want to do like, just like my hair down, but with like a bunch of curls. So this is the final look. I thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed all the tips that I gave you. And if you liked it, well, then this is fun. I will definitely do my other videos, which I did a poll on Instagram to see which kind of videos I just want to see. I said my bridal makeup tutorial or a morning routine. I think people also wanted me to do my morning routine, so that will be coming up. Maybe I'm thinking, maybe in 2 weeks. I'm thinking 2 weeks because I won't have much time to do it next week. And I'm paused to tell you guys that I will be taking a break next week. All week there will be no videos, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, no videos at all. I'm just taking it because it's March break. I'm taking like a break from YouTube also, but I will be, of course, on my social medias probably once or twice a week, once or twice next week, just by, you know, putting something in my story to see how you guys are doing. So on that, I wish you guys a really amazing weekend, a happy March break to all of you who are in school, because you guys deserve it. You guys will do so much, especially going to school in a pandemic. It's crazy for all of you guys. So I wish you guys all the best and have fun with your families. Stay safe, follow the guidelines, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.